Paradoxes often hinge on direct self-reference, like the liar paradox is infamous, this statement is false. But in 1993, philosopher Stephen Yablo introduced a fresh twist to the world of logic and language with a paradox that avoids this obvious trap. Yablo's paradox is a brilliant, mind-bending sequence of statements that each refers only to others, yet together they generate a contradiction just as profound and arguably more elegant than any that came before. Here's how it works. Imagine an infinite list of statements, each one numbered. Statement 1, all statements after this one are false. Statement 2, all statements after this one are false. Statement 3, all statements after this one are false, and so on, forever. Each statement makes no reference to itself, only to the ones that follow. That means no single sentence is directly self-referential, solving, at least on the surface, the problem of circular logic found in older paradoxes. But here's the twist. When you try to assign truth values to these statements, you quickly hit an impossible wall. Let's suppose that one of the statements, say statement 10, is true. That would mean that every statement after statement 10 is false. But if they are all false, then statement 11 is false, which means not all statements after it are false, which contradicts our assumption. On the flip side, if you assume every statement is false, that makes the first one, claiming all that follow are false, true. But then again, the rest can't all be false if at least one of them is true. Yablo's genius lies in constructing a paradox that mimics the contradiction of the liar paradox while completely sidestepping direct self-reference. It forces us to rethink the necessity of circularity in generating paradoxes and shows how even infinite regressions of seemingly straightforward statements can collapse under their own logic. This paradox has implications beyond pure philosophy. It challenges assumptions in formal logic, semantic theory, and even computational reasoning. It illustrates how truth, especially in systems that rely on chaining logical statements, is a slippery concept. In artificial intelligence, programming, and linguistic analysis, recursive structures like these demand carefully constructed boundaries to prevent infinite loops and contradictions. Yablo's paradox isn't just an intellectual exercise, it's a mirror reflecting the complexities and limitations of how we define truth itself. In a world increasingly driven by logic-based systems and machine learning, understanding paradoxes like Yablo's is more important than ever.